It doesn't begin with fire, swords, or the clatter of shields. No, the fall of Rome begins with something far quieter. Whispers. Whispers in the streets, in the markets, in the grand marble halls of the Senate. Whispers of unpaid soldiers, empty treasuries, and enemies gathering on the borders. Whispers that the eternal city, Rome, is not as eternal as it once seemed. At its peak, Rome was unstoppable. Imagine it, the 2nd century AD. The empire stretches across 3 continents, Europe, Africa, and Asia. The Mediterranean is a Roman lake, surrounded on all sides by cities, roads, and legions flying the imperial eagle. In Rome itself, the Colosseum roars with life. Aqueducts bring water to millions, roads connect distant lands, and the Pax Romana, the Roman peace, seems unbreakable. But beneath the marble, cracks begin to form. You see, Rome's greatest strength, its size, was also its greatest weakness. Like a giant stretching beyond its means, the empire becomes harder to control. Imagine ruling over 50 million people across thousands of miles with no phones, no trains, no airplanes, only messengers on horseback, and governors with questionable loyalty. By the 3rd century, Rome is buckling under its own weight. Foreign provinces, once sources of wealth, grow resentful of Roman taxes and corruption. Civil wars erupt. Roman generals, sensing opportunity, fight each other for the throne instead of defending their borders. Between 235 and 284 AD, just 49 years, Rome sees 26 emperors. 26. Most are assassinated or killed in battle. Rome, the empire of order, descends into chaos. Trade collapses, cities crumble, and citizens begin to lose faith in their leaders. Then, as Rome weakens from within, pressure begins to mount from without. To the north, Germanic tribes like the Goths and Vandals see their chance. For centuries, the Romans dismissed these tribes as mere barbarians, primitive, disorganized, and no match for Rome's disciplined legions. But here's where the story twists. The so-called barbarians are learning. They adopt Roman weapons, Roman tactics, and, crucially, Roman ambition. And then, the storm arrives. In 376 AD, a new threat appears on the horizon. The Huns. Fierce warriors from Central Asia, led by Attila, sweep across Europe, displacing entire tribes in their path. The Goths, desperate and terrified, arrive at the borders of the Roman Empire, begging for refuge. Emperor Valens, seeing an opportunity, agrees to let them in, but on harsh terms. Roman officials extort the starving Goths, selling them spoiled food and demanding bribes. The Goths, betrayed and pushed to their limits, revolt. And in that moment, the unthinkable begins. In 378 AD, at the Battle of Adrianople, the unthinkable happens. The Goths crush a Roman army and kill Emperor Valens himself. This isn't just a loss, it's a disaster. For the first time, Rome's enemies prove they can defeat its legions. The illusion of invincibility is shattered. From here, the empire spirals further. Waves of invaders crash against its borders. The Vandals sweep through Spain and North Africa. The Huns terrorize Europe. And in 410 AD, the Goths sack the city of Rome itself. Imagine the shock. The eternal city, humiliated and looted. Once the center of the world, Rome is now just another victim of war. So why didn't Rome fight back? Well, the empire by this point is split in two. The Eastern Roman Empire, based in Constantinople, and the Western Roman Empire, based in Italy. The East is wealthier, stronger, and better defended. The West, poorer, weaker, and crumbling under the weight of its own problems. The Western Empire can't afford to pay its soldiers. Its economy collapses. Coins are debased, melted down, and reminted with cheaper metals. Cities shrink as trade routes fail, and with no money and no armies, the empire becomes easy prey. In 476 AD, the final blow comes. A Germanic chieftain named Odoacer marches into Italy, deposes the last Roman emperor, a boy named Romulus Augustulus, and declares himself king. And just like that, the Western Roman Empire is gone. It's a fitting irony. Rome's last emperor shares a name with its legendary founder, Romulus. From beginning to end, Rome was ruled by a Romulus. But here's the twist. Did Rome really fall, or did it transform? Because while the Western Empire collapses, the Eastern Roman Empire, the Byzantine Empire, survives for another 1,000 years. The city of Constantinople, with its towering walls and golden domes, carries the torch of Roman civilization. And even in the West, Rome's legacy doesn't vanish. The Christian Church, which flourished under Roman rule, becomes a unifying force in medieval Europe. Roman laws influence kings and kingdoms for centuries to come. Roman roads, Roman engineering, Roman ideas, they shaped the modern world in ways most of us take for granted. So why did the Roman Empire collapse? It wasn't a single cause. It was a slow unraveling, centuries of internal weakness, economic decay, political instability, and external invasions. Rome was a giant brought down not by one blow, but by 1,000 small cuts. But perhaps the most haunting lesson of all is this: no empire, no matter how powerful, is eternal. The same cracks that brought down Rome, corruption, division, complacency, can bring down any civilization, even ours. And yet, Rome's story isn't just one of collapse. It's a story of resilience, of ideas outlasting empires, of a city that, even in ruins, refuses to be forgotten. The empire fell, yes, but its legacy, that lives on. And perhaps, in that sense, Rome never truly died. If you enjoyed unraveling this mystery and want to explore more stories of power, betrayal, and the rise and fall of civilizations, make sure to subscribe to our channel. Hit that subscribe button and join us as we bring the past to life, one story at a time. Let's keep history alive together. Here is the clean split into two parts.